I think for me personally, listen, Virgil, if you're watching, first of all, big up, you don't know, captain and that. I'll say this. When he made the comments about oh, in fact, I'll read out the comments now. He said literally, he goes, where is it? At both teams, I'm still Virgil van Dijk, obviously speaking about Liverpool and Netherlands, the big leader, and I certainly want to remain that for the next 2 years. That's the best way of him saying, I want to be at Liverpool for the next 2 years till I'm 36, 35, whatever. And I still think and believe I'm still playing at a high level. This is now on Liverpool to sort this out. Virgil, I think, has made it very clear to everyone, even around his circle, and that he wants to be at Liverpool. It's now for us, bro. I say us, the club, sorry, to like make sure this happens. Because like we spoke about it in Coppish, if we lose Virgil van Dijk, bro, there's no instant replacement. And even if you go and get a Schlotterbeck or a Bastoni, who defenders who I rate kind of highly, they've got to settle into a new league, a new country, a new way of playing. It could take them a while to adapt. Not only that, I just think Virgil van Dijk is a unicorn of a defender. He's one of the best ever defenders, in my opinion, to play the game. When it's all said and done and people look back 10 years from now, people will... It sounds crazy when you say it whenever a player is playing other than Messi or even say Ronaldo. But when you say something like, oh, he's one of the best ever to do it, people are like, no, trust me, he is. And when he hangs up his boots, people will realize, nah, this guy, legendary. Because people are also sleeping on his Southampton season in 15-16 and especially 16-17. And even then, you would arguably say just because he wasn't playing, in the Champions League, you couldn't really say the world class, but you could see the world class ability was there. Yeah. I'm telling you from
Gary
now.
Neville said it himself.
Yeah, for me, he's the only
Van
one.
Dijk was the. He said at Southampton, Gary Neville, I remember rightly said Van Dijk's the best defender in the league when he was at Southampton.
100%, bro. Like, you see, when Van Dijk came second in Ballon d'Or to Messi 18-19, that's the best. I've never seen a defender have a season like that. Like, I'm talking, he was impervious to everything. We're talking a year on later, they're making up stats about how many times someone has dribbled past Van Dijk and there wasn't anybody. Like, people were counting down the days for him to be dribbled past. Like, that's insane to me. That's a defender. That's supposed to happen in a sense, in a sense of like, that's football. If you dribble past a defender, this means maybe the attacker is so good that you can't stop him. But it was such a thing for Van Dijk. It just goes to show you the levels that he was at. For me, I'll say this might be a wild statement, but he's like, you see how Messi is to the attackers? He's like what defenders are to defenders, if that makes sense.
Bro, I had to argue with Arsenal.
Do you get what I'm saying?
About Saliba and Van Dijk today, and it just pissed me off, bro.
Like,
the whole conversation.
I'm not counting my day in there, man. I'm talking about this era chat as well. This era. No, I'm not talking. That's another conversation for me to sit there and say he's better than Maldini, Beckenbauer.
No, that's different.
That's a whole nother conversation. I'm talking about this era of Premier League. He's the greatest.
Is he the best one-on-one defender in Premier League history?
Yes, I think the only people that can match him are Rio.
I mean, who gets past him in a one-on-one scenario?
Rio and Vinny Company for me.
Yeah, I agree. Because I'm trying to think who actually gets past him on a one-on-one scenario. And you got to remember how high up Virgil plays as well.
Yeah, Pete Van Dijk.
There's room behind him. There's loads of room behind him.
Bro, Saliba plays with four centre backs and two CDMs, a defensive striker. Like, bro, what are we like? You see, when people talk about Saliba, who I think, by the way, is actually still a world-class defender. But when you're talking about systems, Mons, I know you rate Saliba, and rightly so, because I think he's a quality defender. But Mons, do you believe Saliba can do what he's doing at Arsenal in Liverpool's system, especially in that Klopp system?
No, he was asked to do it. He was asked to do it against Bayern Munich, and he got toasted.
There you go. And that's not disrespect to him, but it's just they're different, isn't it?
No, I just say Saliba's better than Konate. Saliba's not better than Van Dijk.
I disagree with you. I disagree with you on that one. But fair play.
No. Like that's a mountain I'm happy to down. Listen, I rate Konate, but Saliba doesn't get displaced by Kwanzaa, bro. It doesn't happen. So, but what I will say is that, but
I
obviously
understand that. But then who was there at Arsenal?
Konate can do that Saliba can't do. Or like there's things that Konate can do better than Saliba, but Saliba is the more overall complete defender.
No, I think it's Konate.
Ain't Virgil
the system helps, bro. The system at Arsenal, bro. The man plays with 4 centre backs and 2 DMs, bro.
I know. Because I know this because now
bro.
Liverpool defending the same structure as Arsenal. So I know.
Wait. Yeah,
I'm saying
Liverpool. But what I'm trying to say is
Liverpool now defending 2 banks of 4. Liverpool now defending in a deep 4-4-2, just like Arsenal.
No. Sometimes the difference 4-2-4 block, bro. You know me, you know I've been watching it, bro.
Yeah, I know, bro. When Liverpool are off the ball in their own half, Salah becomes the right midfielder, Diaz becomes the left midfielder, and the two, bro. For me, I think it's 4-4-2 in it.
But remember, 4-2-4 is kind of it can adapt. It's
4-4. Yeah, it's a box
adaptation.
4-4. Yeah, it's a box formation. Yeah.
But bro, what my whole argument is this: I think when people say Saliba is better, if you're going off the season that Saliba had, and that is his first season, bro. If you're going off that first season, I would agree with you to in an extent of that first season was amazing. But I've also got to look at what's happening around him. Konate, unfortunately for him, I've always said this about Konate. For me, it's the injuries that have kind of upset him, so to speak. He's had a little bit of a niggle. You got to get back into form and X, Y, and Z. But if we're talking about ability and being able to defend and being able to play in both systems, for me, I'm picking Konate. But that's just me. Because I'll be real as well. Saliba's not great in the air. Saliba's actually very average in the air.
He's made in the air.
And you can't have that.
He jumped with his shoulders.
Listen, I'll keep
I
it.
think Saliba.
I'll keep it a buck. Saliba, like no one puts Konate in arguments with Van Dijk. People put Saliba in arguments with Van Dijk, and obviously, of course, the systems matter. And I understand systems matter. And for me, I believe that Van Dijk is comfortably better than Saliba. People will say, "Oh, when you say comfortably, you're disrespecting." No, I just think Van Dijk's that good. I think people think what people glaze Saliba for is what Van Dijk has been doing and continues to do effortlessly, game in, game out. And because he's been normalized for so long now, it's almost like undermined. It's almost underrated at this point. It's only really Liverpool fans that sit there and say Van Dijk's the best centre back in the world. I hear names like flipping Rudiger, that fug that's playing over there at Madrid. I'm hearing names like flipping Saliba, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm hearing names like this as best centre backs in the world. It's only really Liverpool fans that sit there and actually say that Virgil van Dijk is the best defender in the world. And it's becoming a thing where we're almost like crazy for saying it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it for me, I had a fan say Ruben Diaz is up there. I was just like, give it a fucking rest. But at the end of the day, like, I'm not really here to debate Saliba, Konate in it. Like, you man will say Konate, I say it's comfortably Saliba.
Yeah, fair enough.
But,
that's your opinion.
But in terms of Van Dijk and Saliba, I don't think there's I think Saliba's doing very well, and I think Saliba's probably the next up in terms of being that Rolls Royce centre back. That's globally. That's no. For me, Saliba will be next up in my opinion. But right now, it's still comfortably Van Dijk. People with man were telling me Van Dijk ain't wetters no more. Van Dijk has fucking jets. He just don't need to sprint like. He just controls when he uses it.
But he's smart.
Bro.
He's smart the way he plays. Remember, he's not the marauder. Here's the thing.
He's not as rapid as he was.
Yeah,
like,
not as
rapid.
Agree,
but for me, he's still rapid though. But you know, there's a difference between rapid and rapid. Like, there's difference. 100. Like when Virg stretches his legs, pause. Like it's long. Like he does the sprint that doesn't look like he's sprinting.
That's what I'm saying.
He has that sprint style.
Yeah.
Like for me, and don't get me wrong, if we're talking about rapid, that's Konate. Konate is raps like jets, proper jets. Like Virgil's not as fast as Konate. Like Konate is probably one of the quickest players at the club.
Yeah, agreed.
I don't know. I think Virgil is.
Over 100 meters, it probably is Ibu. It's probably the fastest.
Maybe Sober's like
I think Virgil.
Sober's there as well.
Sober's like Virgil.
Jamie.
I think Virgil's quicker.
Sober's there.
Over
100 meters.
I would have said Virgil before the ACL personally. Before the ACL, I would say Virgil was the quickest.
I was looking at it the other day. I think Virgil runs like he glides, if that makes sense, where Konate runs with power. He's more of a power
Yeah,
runner.
there's different runners.
Where,
yeah, agreed.
Where Virgil's more smooth with it, looks like he glides. You know, like where way Roger Federer used to play tennis, he looked like he glided across the
Compared
court,
to Nadal,
like his feet weren't touching the
Nadal's
ground.
kind of like,
Yeah, do you know what I mean? The movement of it. I think Virgil is who was it the other day? That was it. Adama Traore again. When was it? I can't remember. I swear it was this season already. Or was it? No, in Buemo. Sorry, it was in Buemo when Virgil kept up with Buemo.
Yeah. I saw it. And Buemo's pretty quick, especially over like say a quick 30-yard dash. Yeah,
and just took the ball off him with ease. I think at this moment in time, after the start of the Premier League, Konate and Virgil are the best defensive partnership in the country right now.
I think if Ibu stays fit, I think
right now they're the best
unanimously they will regain that whole who's the best defensive partnership. If you're going off the last 2 years, you have to say Arsenal because they've had that. They've had no injuries, so to speak, and they've
been
had
a better team the last 2 years.
Yeah, and I think the way they set up more consistent.
And also, guys, what we got to say about Virgil as well, he plays with a different partner every week usually.
Literally.
And he's consistently great.
Different systems, different partners, same Virgil, bro.
What?
1 minute it's Robbo, then it's Simicast next to him, then it's Gomez next to him. When you
tell
actually
me
deep that.
Yeah, when you deep that and think about it, this is how good Virgil is. And then, if you want to end this debate, just go, what is Saliba better at Virgil than that? What can Saliba do that Virgil can't? So if you put Saliba in Liverpool's team, I think Saliba struggles because it's about one-on-one defending under Klopp in a high line playing risky football. You put Virgil in Arsenal's team with a mid to deep line with protection in front of him. Virgil's not conceding anything.
Bro, how about this? You just put Virgil in an Arsenal top, and they'll laud him like he's the best defender of all time in all leagues, in all of Europe, in all of the world.
They'll say
he's the best defender in the multiverse.
They would. And here's another thing as well. I think Arsenal
fans
blame multiverse.
I'm telling you, that's what these. You know, Arsenal. You know the Arsenal.
It would be in the multiverse.
That's true, though. It's facts.
And you know the other thing as well, Mons. I don't know if you've noticed this, but Arsenal fans will blame Gabriel for Saliba's mistakes.
Oh yeah,
it's PR though. No, but do you know what it is? If they say Saliba, remember, it's they got to get the PR. The PR has to stay there. They blame
Gabriel. They blame Gabriel for Brighton's goal when Saliba ran away. They blame Gabriel.
One thing I say about Saliba, he's got this a little bit of a trait where, like, it sounds weird. Like this is gonna sound weird, but like he's just attracted to the ball in a sense of like because he's gifted in terms of his athleticism. He 9 times out of 10 he probably can get it, but there are times when he just follows the ball, and like this is what happened against Brighton, you know. Kind of he thought he followed the ball, shall I say? got wrong footed, out of position, and then boom, there's an opening. But again, he's learning his trade. I just think it's kind of mad. The PR thing regarding him saying he's better, that he's the best centre back in the Premier League is just beyond me. I still think it's Virgil. I watched the France game. Ibu kind of got cooked just as well as Saliba. I can't even lie, they both kind of got cooked.
Yeah, that's why I didn't say that on Twitter.
No. But Mons, I can be real. Yeah. They both kind of got. I'm gonna be real, Mons. They both got cooked. And do you know what I realized as well, Mons?
That's why I didn't say
Mons, they don't communicate. Did you notice there was no communication, Mons? They just play their individual games.
Saliba's not a talker. He's not a leader.
No, he's not. I don't think he's got a leader mentality in him. He's a leader in terms of how he plays. Like, I don't think he speaks. As a defender, you have to speak.
You know, it reminds me of Varane. That's who Saliba reminds me of. Varane weren't the leader in a defense. It was always Sergio. It was Ramos. He was the leader. He was the one telling Varane what to do. That's what Saliba reminds me of. That don't mean he's not a good player, but that's what Saliba reminds. He doesn't talk. He's not a leader.
Saliba's world class. There's no doubt in my mind. Saliba's world class, 100%. I just don't think he's the best.
And no one's doubting that. And
Arsenal fans just can't accept it though when you don't say he's the best.
You can't. He's a very good defender. He's just not the best, and there's nothing wrong with that.
It's like Arsenal fans up until I think maybe last year were trying to do this whole Saka and Salah debate, and I was just like, "What are we doing here,
bro? It's ridiculous, bro."
These forced narratives are just crazy.
And
But
what
do
is
you
the
know
other
what?
narrative? They bought Calafiori, Matt. What is it? They bought Calafiori, and then all Arsenal
Yeah.
fans said, we're gonna beat Chelsea's defensive record of 15 goals, didn't they? And what is it?
Yeah.
What is it they've not done? They've not yet beaten Liverpool's Jurgen Klopp's defensive record
Of 22,
22
I think
goals.
it is, isn't it? Yeah.
And who's the defenders for that? Guys, who's the defenders of that? Was it Joe Gomez and Virgil?
It was Joe Gomez, Virgil, and Matip was also.
And Matip, they kind of, Matip and Gomez kind of.
I say it was those three in it. Like,
agreed.
It was those three.
That's in the days when Gomez was cold instead about them.
And we played.
You know, Gomez used to deal with prime Aubameyang, like.
And Gomez had, you know, he's saying rapid. Gomez had jets, bro.
Yeah,
Gomez was.
Gomez was the best English centre back. He was the best English centre back.
Facts.
He was the best.
Yeah, Gomez is quite.
Bro, and you know when Uber was fake. When Uber,
and Uber was anything down the channel. Uber gone.
Yeah, gone,
bro.
He was gone.
Crazy.
And you know who's the most overrated defender in the Premier League, don't you? Ruben Diaz.
Yeah,
bro, I think he's as well. I think he's overrated. I think he's good, but he's overrated.
For me, he's definitely a very good defender.
Yeah, see,
but it's just a shame that it's a shame that Van Dijk exists. You know what I'm saying? Van Dijk exists. People are going to say, but trophies and Premier Leagues, but we have.
We're talking about individual defenders and their ability.
Ruben Diaz is out of position a lot. That's why he has to do slide tackle to get back.
I said he's a slide tackle much. I can't even lie. And I'm going to say this, and I've been consistent with this because people can't say I'm making this up now. I've been saying for a while, I think Akanji is better than Ruben Diaz, bro. I think Akanji can read the game better.
Defender.
I think he can read the game better than Diaz. Diaz has that tenacity about him that make it slight challenge on the floor and them thing there. Akanji can read the game better than Ruben Diaz, bro. He's a better natural defender.
I think Akanji's a tremendous defender. Man City's best defender. I think
Akanji is very good, bro.
He's so underrated, bro.
I think Akanji's as good as Saliba, personally.
No,
I wish there was a City fan that
Nah.
I wish there was a City fan.
What is it? Mons, what is it with the Saliba thing you like so much? Because
I have eyes.
I think Saliba's a vet, but I've watched him make a lot of mistakes.